Good morning. If you've watched my Thriving Classroom welcome video, you probably learned that I like to start my lessons as a push-in teacher for 30 different classes a week with a corny joke or two in order to orient students to my voice and my presence in their classroom. So today I decided to kick off the Teacher's Coffee Talk blog entitled "A Penny for Your Thoughts" with a corny joke. Here it is. What did one penny say to the other? Let's get together and make some sense. It is my hope that we can get together online and use our collective common sense to support each other as teachers and educators. In the last few years, pennies have emerged as significant in my teaching practices. While I am generally averse to gimmicky Skinnerian reward and punishment systems that promote external control over student behavior, I am not above judiciously using any strategy that engenders excitement in my students. As well, I still smile when I think about that Hershey Kiss-filled glass teddy bear on my 5th grade teacher's desk just waiting to reward me for good behavior. So for many years, I incorporated this practice into my own particularly rewarding right answers during Q&A review sessions, as it motivates my students to be engaged in learning. But as Michelle Obama's broccoli initiative gained steam and the USDA issued new guidelines on the use of snack foods in classrooms and schools, I had to rethink my using candies as rewards for right answers or good effort in a post-candy classroom. So I thought. Pencils are too expensive. Charts and stickers are just too cumbersome to cart around to 30 different classrooms as a literacy teacher. I was at a loss for quite a while until I tripped across the expression "a penny for your thoughts." Soon I was tossing pennies to students at the end of class during impromptu extempore sessions for review. For instance, at the end of co-teaching one of my first fashion and design classes as their technical reading and writing teacher, with a new co-teacher and a brand new set of students, I was reviewing the day's content by asking a question, randomizing who would answer it by rolling the dice, and then rewarding the right answer by tossing a penny. I remember asking, "So when do you use the basic editing sheet?" And I remember Alicia responding, "When revising a portfolio entry." I enthusiastically tossed her a penny, which promptly dropped down the front of her shirt as she fumbled to catch it. As she continued to wriggle until it dropped to the floor, I remember thinking, okay, it's the first week of school, and what kind of trouble am I going to get into for this escapade? But fortunately, they were a cool group of students and relaxed. We had a good laugh, and the year proceeded without incident. Although nickels and dimes might work as well, I always stuck with pennies because, as my son would tell you, mommy is cheap. And while students might laugh at the insignificance of a penny, this can afford us the opportunity to discuss how, by pooling their sense, really their abilities and brains, they can make a difference in their community or in the world. Students might be asked to research and then share ways to spend their penny money, if they decided to pool it, in ways that would make the greatest positive impact. For example, they might find that for $10, World Vision can feed a refugee child for an entire week. Once a quarter, one of the students can count the pennies in the kitty and then pull from that pool of ideas about how to spend that penny money to do good in their community or in the world. And please note that while this is not an endorsement of World Vision, it is an example of how a discussion on ways to spend their money can lead to a very rich and enlightening experience for them in the classroom. So I wanted to say thank you for listening to how I utilized a penny for your thoughts strategy to engage my students. And I hope you've enjoyed this blog, A Penny for Your Thoughts, and invite you to share your passions and perspectives about this or any issue in teaching. I look forward to learning from you, each and every one of you. And in closing, as well as telling corny jokes, I am also a quoteaholic, and I'd like to end with an Edith Wharton quote. Here it is. There are two ways to be the light, to be the candle or to be the mirror. Keep shining.